This is a story that we've never directly talked about, but it has been kind of an anecdote that we've brought up a number of times when we've talked about right to repair, where we focus a lot on the tech industry, specifically Apple and Samsung and the companies that are trying to restrict your access to repair your own device, whether that be through availability of parts or repair manuals or building products in a way that they cannot be disassembled and repaired. That all has to do with right to repair. Well, we've always brought up similar to what John Deere does to the tractor industry. But we've never directly talked about what John Deere does to the tractor industry. But this is a fantastic opportunity to do so. So this last weekend was DEF CON, and one of these days I'm going to make it out there. I almost flew down there for like a 48-hour spree. I seriously considered it. Anyway, at DEF CON, a research group demoed Doom running on a John Deere tractor controller. So that might not seem like that big of a deal, but let me tell you, this is absolutely huge. My encoding is overloaded. What in the world? I don't even know what's going on with the computer right now. OBS is yelling at me, though. Anyway, so Doom running on a John Deere tractor controller means that the John Deere tractor controller has both been rooted and is running unsigned code. Yeah. And that is a very positive first step for a device that has not been rooted previously and will only respond to John Deere technicians to tell you issues with your tractor, where it's finding faults. John Deere, what they have done is they have basically locked down the repair industry to where you have to be a John Deere certified technician. Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yep.
A John Deere certified technician in order to get diagnostic information off of these tractors. Well, the problem with the farming industry and agriculture as a whole is I know personally many people who have farms. Their entire yearly livelihood rests on 10 days a year. And there's a lot that goes into those 10 days, but the 10 days is harvest time. And
farming is all about timing, and their windows are very minimal.
Yeah.
So, if you have anything go wrong with anything, you could be losing thousands upon hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars of crop.
And now John's just completely frozen. Oh, well.
And, Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. So,
what is going on?
I don't know. I don't know if it's you or me or both or what. I don't care. We're pushing on.
Where's your Starlink?
Yeah. I could switch over. Anyway, the reason it comes down to that is, let's say hop harvesting is very big in our area. I mean, we're some of the largest hop producers in the world here in the Willamette Valley in Oregon. Harvest time takes 2 weeks. And you have 2 weeks to get the hops off of the plant onto trucks and into production. And that's it. You have that amount of time and nothing more. What happens if one of your harvesting machines goes down and refuses to move? What happens if the arms that jiggle the hops off the vines aren't jiggling or aren't moving properly? What happens if the conveyor belt that feeds them into the hopper isn't conveying? Some of the farms around here are basically at risk of losing hundreds of thousands of dollars if that piece of equipment goes down. And by the way, these pieces of equipment are also hundreds of thousands of dollars themselves. And if they need to be fixed, they need to be fixed now. There's no option to wait later, because it's not like manufacturing where you can come back to something a couple of weeks later or just kind of like delay your process. It happens now or it doesn't happen. Anyway, the reason that Doom running on a John Deere tractor is so important is now that they have root access, they have the ability to start pulling this diagnostic data down, to start reading what the John Deere is trying to tell them without contacting a John Deere dealer or authorized service department. Because also, when it's harvest time, you can't wait 4 days for a technician to drive 250 miles to where you're at. You can't transport your tractor 150 miles to where the nearest service location is at. You don't have that time. You don't have that luxury. And so...
And a lot of times, too, it's not even that. It's that one rural area or one area only has one technician.
Right.
Is the other issue.
Here in the Willamette Valley, I think there's only 2 John Deere repair facilities for literally one of the largest hop producing areas on the planet. And you think they're all harvesting at different times? Oh no, it's the same 2 weeks. It's the last week of September and the first week of October.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be surprised how many like smaller farms. That's why they go and buy old equipment. Mm-hmm. It's because like, I can repair this myself. I can go, to a junkyard and literally probably buy the parts themselves. Yeah, I don't have AC in my cab, but I can fix this, you know?
But this is just belt-driven that and vacuum chamber this and chain-driven that. So it gives them the option to repair it themselves. And this is something that the community is finally starting to take notice of and finally starting to do something about. So
I mean, we might be seeing coming soon, next couple of years, some off the market like tools to just be like diagnose your own John Deere tractor.
Think about the McDonald's McFlurry machine that we saw a pirate market spring up for reading the diagnostic information on that, and a third-party parts distributor. We we may see something very similar targeting John Deere in the next couple of years, because they have been so anti-consumer and so anti-repair and so anti-customer.
Oh yeah.
They step over $1 to pinch a dime on the customers that already gave them hundreds of thousands. And it just doesn't make any sense. So, very cool development. Very cool to see that out of DEF CON. And props to Sick Codes, who I don't know if Sick Codes did the hack themselves. I do know that Skelligant, who is a Doom modder, a very prolific Doom modder, basically made the port of this, but I don't think they actually announced who did the hack. Oh no, it was Sick Codes. Okay. Sorry, this article is written a little weird. It says, Sick Codes shared a video of Doom run. It's like, okay, were they covering the event or were they the presenter? They were the presenter.
We're showing our own thing, but we're saying someone did this.
Right.
Well, we did this.
Well, the article I'm looking at is from Mashable, so it's...
Oh, okay.